we're looking at these red Banter bubbles. It's not looking pleasant out there. But what we did see yesterday, guys, was BTC fell into that 382 area at the 27.5 region, and they gave us these alts in a little basket. We had 𝗏𝗡, we had 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗃, we had things like Lido, Solana, all these alts falling into these beautiful areas to buy. And the question we're asking ourselves now today is, was that the bottom? Are we going to pump some more, or is there going to be more downside for BTC? So what I'm going to do now is go through some of these alts that we looked at yesterday and take you through the possibilities here. We're looking at potential shorts. You know, if we're assuming this downtrend is now underway, we're going to be looking for shorts at resistance. If we are still bullish, saying, hang on, we're still in an uptrend here on BTC and things are still strong, we're going to be looking for power areas to add on to these positions that we have here with these altcoins. So just scanning Banter bubbles here. Rune, guys, I got absolutely rinsed on this Rune yesterday. If you saw that BitGet trade, at one point that BitGet trade of mine, I was $700 up. It reversed in a couple of hours, stopped me out back at entry. It was absolutely brutal. But I did get some entries on DYDX. I did get entries on 𝗏𝗡. It was the 50-day MA, the 382, the horizontal, that was all very appealing to me. And I do have an update on that gold long for you today. And I've also got a 𝗬𝗏 long that I've entered entirely based on Lux Algo. So there's some interesting stuff here for you guys. Let's take a look at BTC currently and just see what's going on here. So this is my BTC 4-hour chart. As you can see, yesterday we rejected, we lost the 200-day MA. We also lost the 200-week MA, which is running in this area. This is a Bybit chart, so we don't have the 200-week on this particular chart. We fell into this zone that we liked so much, and that was just perfect for these altcoins. They came down into this basket, and then BTC started dropping some more, and we noticed that dominance started actually dropping, and these alts held these zones so beautifully. So far so good with BTC. We obviously want to see it hold now. We're looking for this double bottom here potentially on BTC. What we do need to be aware of, guys, and it's not impossible, and this can happen very quickly, because I see that 𝗏𝗂𝗃 is looking strong as hell. The S&P is coming down potentially. So one of the areas we need to pay attention to on BTC is the 618 pool on the trend line here. This is about, say, 27,900, this sort of region is a potential zone. So if we lose this on BTC and we make our way down to this area, we'd expect some kind of bounce down in this zone. If we move on from here, well, then these alts that we got yesterday in those entry zones are going to be absolutely ripping, and we're going to be making some money. So what I've done for us here is I've got BTC in a 15-minute range that we can watch during the session. I've got DJ David here. I think he's still in a peppy short. I've got Bruce here. He's coming in. He's going to update on WLD as well. That's one I got stopped on yesterday as well, WLD. So we're going to get an update there. We're going to look for our next setup on that guy. Just now we nearly saw a trend break on BTC. On this 15 minutes, it was almost time to get excited, but they rejected us there very quickly. So we're going to watch this 15-minute range during the session. We're going to see what we get here. Maybe we get this little double bottom situation over here. Otherwise, guys, if we start losing this, we're looking a little bit lower. So let's keep our eyes on that. That 26.9 is just down here. Okay, guys, let's take a look at ETH. So ETH, it seems to just die down. You know, we had this situation previously with ETH where we had this beautiful pump on ETH, and then they just sent us back down. And look at this trend line that followed ETH. And what I've done is I've plotted the exact same here for you guys. Guys, we've lost my screen. There's my screen. Okay, so what we've done here with ETH is track this trend line straight down again for you guys. And we're going to look for an ETH bounce here to this 382 potentially, and then we need to decide what's going to happen. And that's if we're just watching what ETH did previously. We dumped over here, we pushed up to that 382, we dumped over here, we pushed up to this 382, and we're going to see what happens here with ETH. Guys, just to recap, if you did miss that screen that I didn't have there, we are watching BTC in this 15-minute range here. Right now, it is sitting on support in this area. And we have our eyes locked onto the zone here. We are looking at a potential double bottom over here. If we lose this area, this 26.9 is lower down. And just to recap what I'm saying here, on the 4-hour chart, if you missed that, the 618 is here, 27,900. That's an area we need to pay attention to if we lose these areas. Right, let's look at Lido. So Lido was very much in line with ETH yesterday. We had that perfect 618 bounce. into the zone here. If you look at ETH, we had that 618 on ETH as well coming into play. So Lido and ETH tracking each other quite nicely. If this market's going to be bearish and we get a little bounce here, the bears are going to start looking for shorts up here, guys. This 382, 1.625, that sort of region is where the bears are going to be looking for shorts. The bulls now want to see this area hold. We want to see this push up. Of course, we want to reclaim this area and we want to push onto this resistance zone. So right now, all eyes on this this area here, the 618. And again, guys, we're watching BTC closely here on this this 27,200 to 27,500 region. We want to see this hold. Maybe we're going to get this little trend break, and that should fire up these alts. Now let's take a look at 𝗏𝗡. 𝗏𝗡 is one of these alts that I grabbed yesterday, perfectly off this 382 and horizontal, as well as the 50-day MA. And if you remember yesterday, I was really trying to emphasize there were 3 reasons here why we could expect a bounce on 𝗏𝗡, and that's exactly what we got. So this was almost perfect. It just dipped a little bit under, and so far we had a 5% move on 𝗏𝗡. The bulls now want to see more. The scalpers out there, or the bears, you know, this is where you're shorting. The scalpers, this is where you're looking for your TPs. The bulls, we just want to see this move up and just continue this trend, maybe come down here and get some support after that. Right, DYDX was another prime example, guys. This was yesterday. We were looking at DYDX coming down with BTC. This is the DYDX 8-hour 50-day MA. 382 was tying in so nicely. Look at this horizontal here that we had as well. So this was a nice area for DYDX. We also got around about a 4.5% bounce so far on DYDX. The bulls, we obviously want to see this trend hold now, guys, and carry on with this move. Downside, you know, if we don't bounce on a second visit here, we know what's going to happen. We're going to lose this trend. We're going to push down. We might get some kind of reaction here at the 618, guys, at 1.96. Then a potential push up where we can then look for some shorts in that region and then send it lower down. But right now, DYDX is playing ball, 50-day inbounds. That was beautiful. Horizontal 382 fib. So DYDX, all systems go so far. AVAX, guys, this is another interesting one. AVAX hasn't really done much lately. It's been a little bit of a lagger, but we are sitting in a very interesting area again here. It's 382 trend and horizontal. So if BTC holds these areas again, this area here that we're watching BTC, I would expect AVAX to hold this region and then push a little higher. That's for the AVAX fans over there. Solana, just an update on Sol. This is our Sol 12-hour. This has been absolute beast. I closed my Sol position yesterday in this region. It was on the back of this rune falling over, and I thought I'm going to preserve some capital now in this 𝗏𝗀 account. I didn't want to have a situation where Sol was just dumping as well. So I took the hit on rune and I closed that Sol. So now Sol, we're looking for entries, potential flag forming here for Sol. Let's just keep our eyes on this. Currently, we are watching this 22.3 still, so a little bit more BTC downside, and this 22.3, 22 region comes into play. Then lower down, guys, this 20.3 region, we have an area here, the 618, and you can see there's a 50-day MA coming through there as well. So something to keep your eyes on for Sol. Right now, I'm not looking for longs just yet on Sol. You know, it's a little bit high. This is a resistance zone, so any pumps here might find some kind of rejection. So just play careful here with Sol. If you want to track the flag, you know, you want to look for buyers lower down on the flag and just try and ride it up gently. And you're going to zoom in on this. You're going to look for on hour trend, 15 minutes, that sort of thing. Guys, update on Lena. I'm still holding this Lena position that we spoke about yesterday. This is my exit zone is going to be at loss of trend, and then I'm going to start cutting. If we lose this area and then we're going to lose this guy, I'm fully out of it. So right now I'm going to start trimming at 0.105, 0.1037, a loss of that area, and I'm going to cut it. Let's take a look at this 𝗬𝗎, guys. So 𝗬𝗎 was a Lux Algo long that I've been practicing on. Now, we don't have Simon here today to help us, unfortunately, but I wanted to go through the motions and take a Lux Algo long based on what they were giving us. So if I zoom out, I'm just show you how I started. I saw a lot of selling going on here with 𝗬𝗎, and I pulled a fib and looked for a reaction zone, and we could see there was a 786 lower down, and it was looking a little bit interesting here with some horizontals. So then I zoomed back out to the 1 hour, and I tried to get a picture as to what was going on. I pulled up these 𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗀 and you know, there's specific settings and that sort of thing. This is the paid version of 𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗀, guys. And Simon explains these settings really well, but you got to match up your dashboard settings. You got to match it up with the internal settings on 𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗀. But what I've seen here is I saw the first X, so you can see it printed a short over here, and then what I saw was it printed this first X, and it started dipping into my area. So I started buying over here on 𝗬𝗓. Now I'm watching this. We're waiting for a second X. We quite often see a second X. Hopefully it's not going to be that deep. But right now I'm waiting for a potential second X, maybe a little move down into this area for a potential double bottom on 𝗬𝗓. Maybe we'll get our second X there, and then that trade's going to be underway. So we're going to watch this one closely. Also, what is in favor of this trade is this bottomed out RSI over here on Lux, and you can see it's printed this nice little green triangle over here. So we want to see this make its way up, and I want to see obviously this price start moving higher. So eyes on the 𝗬𝗓 for now. Guys, 𝗓𝗏, this has been absolute beast today, considering what's falling over. 𝗓𝗏 has been holding strong. You know, are they squeezing us back? Is there news coming on 𝗓𝗏? Have they resolved their issues? We need to figure out what's happening there. But the chart's telling us, look, 𝗓𝗏's been pumping in the last 24 hours or so. Look at this. It tested this resistance area here. Earlier yesterday, it rejected with all these things, then it pushed back up, it's blown through, it got nice support over here, and it was a nice little scalp this morning on 𝗓𝗏. For those of you that picked that up, I did ping you on the Banter Discord. I sent you guys a message saying, look, I'm watching 𝗓𝗏 in this area. It was a major resistance zone at the time. We broke through, we got some support, and it did push up. So a nice little 5% move on 𝗓𝗏. This is now the 50-day MA, guys. So this is something to watch. It is a resistance area. So bear country until proven otherwise. Look out for a potential fake out in this area. You could possibly get a short going on here. There is another area, a notable zone up here to watch for possible rejection. But right now I'm watching this area as the main resistance zone on 𝗓𝗏. Okay, guys, let's take a quick look at the SPX, and then I'm going to pull in Bruce and Dave. They've got some interesting setups for us, guys. We're going to keep our eyes tightly on this BTC, and we're going to see what these alts are doing during the session. A little update on the S&P, still falling over a little bit for me, and I'm still watching my zone here. This is the 200-day MA coming up here, the 382, and this horizontal zone, and I still think we might get a bite at this. I do quite like this very oversold RSI here. You can see they've been selling it a lot. So it is telling us that we might get a reversal, you know, in the next while. It's difficult to say exactly when, but we can see it's becoming very oversold here. So we are at some point going to get a reversal, and it might tie in very nicely with a little wick down into this region. So I'm still watching this 4,200 region. And as I was saying yesterday, you know, if we lose this area, guys, and we pump back up and we reject, things are really looking a bit sad here on the S&P. And then, yeah, look, it's going to be interesting how things play out. And then one more notable, guys, for you is the 𝗕𝗂𝗁. It's currently sitting at a major resistance area, and this is actually becoming quite critical to our situation. This is a weekly area for us. This is the daily chart, but this is a weekly zone for the 𝗕𝗂𝗁, and you can see what I've picked up here. We've got the price, or the 𝗕𝗂𝗁, moving higher. We've got the oscillator turning down. That is some bearish divergence there, and it's at resistance. So it is a possible sign that this 𝗕𝗂𝗁 is going to start rolling over. And if that rolls over, you know, that should give the markets a little bit more energy, and that should play into this gold long, or gold bounce long, that we've been talking about yesterday. I'm going to get into the gold and those things later. Let's pull up Bruce and Dave. Guys, welcome. Bruce, welcome. Let me unmute you. Dave, how's it going?
How's it going?
Everybody's still there. Bruce, I'm unmuting you. Okay, well, there's Bruce. He's still muted. Okay.
Now, good morning.
Dave.
There we go.
Okay, Bruce and Dave. Welcome, guys. Okay, that was a lot of outside to cover there, a lot of information. Thanks for being so patient. We are still watching this BTC on the 15 minutes. Dave, your comments here on this BTC 15 minute. What are you feeling here?
What am I feeling? I feel like we're going to see a little bit lower. I updated the Discord as far as levels of interest. If we are to go lower here, and the reason why I'm saying this is just every time the US session is in play, they just love to send it down. So we are in the US session again. One level I'm looking at is 27,157. The next level below that, if we can't hold that, is 26,581.
Yeah, 26,581. Okay, that's deep though. Eh? That's 50-day MA country.
It is. It is. But
no, you can't send us that low, Dave. No, that's not the spirit we want.
We have to be aware of those levels though.
Okay.
But with that being said, I have, there are long and there are short setups for both sides here. So.
Okay, so and then guys, that's something we need to decide now. Is this move over? If this move is done, are we selling these rips, or are we buying these dips? Is this a dip buy for the bulls? We need to figure out how this is going to play out. And I think a lot of the key to this is also this 𝗕𝗂𝗁 situation. We want to see the stock market bounce as well. We want to see some energy back. We got so excited there for 2 days. They gave us a tiny little move and we forgot how nice that felt. And we really got stuck in, didn't we? Yeah. Well, I certainly did. And I hung on to that rune position and I hung on to that soul position. And then that rune came back to bite me. Okay, guys. So, and for those of you wondering, I'm not actually in a cycling race. You can see I'm not really pedaling. I'm sitting quite still. I'm still sitting in a box. I'm not at the office. You may have noticed. I'm still sitting in a box here that they were kind enough to give me. So excuse the setup a little bit out of disorganized at the moment. Right, I see BTC, guys, is a little bounce here on support for now. Might be worth a look for a long shortly. Let's look at Dave's special alternate channels that he likes to use. Okay, still on support here. We could be getting our bounce. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Right, Dave, 𝗕𝗵𝕋 short. Are you still short?
Holding it, man. It took some time to play out, guys, but sometimes that's what it is. Some of these seeds that we plant, they take a little bit of time, but that's why it's important to diversify and be in multiple trades. That way you're not just all in waiting for profits. But it rejected at that moving average and I'm holding it. And yeah, and it's there's nothing bullish about it. I see it going lower.
So what did we get? We got our 50-day MA rejection, guys. I mean, we got on and on about this 50-day MA on 𝗕𝗵𝘁. And, again, we were feeling quite bullish the other day. I didn't want to short 𝗕𝗵𝘁 personally. Dave, I'm very impressed. You had massive bulls shorting 𝗕𝗵𝘁 there when that market was looking so bullish. I wanted 𝗕𝗵𝘁 to break up first, give me some support so I could long that thing. But, guys, brilliant, eh? A 50-day MA, and there's also a trend here. I don't have that on this chart, Dave, but what a short, bro. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Okay, what else you got in your armory today? Can we pull up your screen there?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just kind of run through what I'm seeing. Somebody asked about Adam. I saw this morning, and I also saw your update. Adam seems to be kind of in this uptrend, regardless of Bitcoin and what it's doing. But this looks like a safe play. You could have your stop loss right here below these. You guys see my screen? Let me zoom it up a little bit better for you all. Yeah, so you guys can see here, or what I'm seeing is this support right here. So I think that would be a safe play. And I didn't enter the long yet, but I will enter it now with you guys. I think it's a perfect entry. And, like I said, if we start to lose this trend, right? If we lose the trend and Bitcoin goes lower on these levels that I'm talking about, that's why you want to have your stop loss in play. The next one I'm looking at, honestly, you talked about it, but I am looking at, and I don't like to short this token, but sell the news, right? Somebody just said the Philippines had it on TV. One thing I'm also seeing here on Gala is the sniper zone. If we take the high to this low at the very bottom, we have the 618 region tying in with a moving average. So yeah, like you were saying, we might see a little fake out entry trigger once it goes back inside. So
Dave, tell us about this news. Tell us about this Gala news.
Yeah, somebody just said on the chat, and which thanks for this community, guys, that Gala was in the news in the Philippines, some kind of news station in the Philippines. So that's probably why this pump happened in this kind of bearish scenario right now. So
yeah,
we might see a little more higher push. And with that being said, I will set an alert here with you guys in the sniper region.
So for those of you that are wondering what the sniper region is, we love this area around that 618. Anything around that 618, we just love hunting that zone.
Yeah.
Some might call it the zone of science.
The zone of science. Yes. So look, let's set this alert here, guys. When it goes off, wait for the reaction. Keep in mind too, we have another order block right here. So it could do one of these numbers where it touches the order block and then comes back down. So
but yeah, we're looking for shorts on Ghana. I like it. So we just identify some key resistance areas. There is a Ghana chart in the Discord from me as well. So Dave will update. They'll probably be very similar. So yeah, guys, let's keep our eyes on Ghana. Let's try and short this thing.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late now, but I took a sneaky short on lever, however you say it. I mean, this thing is just pumped to the heavens, and it needs to come back down to earth, I think.
Thanks for telling us. Thanks for.
It's risky, man. Like I saw this last night, like ridiculous 10% pump. I mean, this is one that you want to use lower leverage, but I mean, there's a nice target here. So if we can get some kind of pump up here, guys, maybe that would be a time to enter the short. So if we see another one of these moves, maybe set an alert around this.
Is that order block there? 22%.
26 right here, and then down here is 22, 35, 11, and 5.
That 22, I was chatting to Simon. Guys, so Simon is the 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗀 expert here. But the bigger the red band on these lower supports or order blocks means the higher the likelihood of a bounce, funnily enough. It's so from what I understand is the bigger the green band is the opposite. So Simon, if you are in the chats there, drop it in there for us. Just fill them in on the chats on your comments the other day about what you were saying about this thicker red band. But I think that played in nicely with the 𝗬𝘵 long that I took as well. I didn't even show you guys that order block. We had a beautiful order block there on 𝗬𝘵 as well. So I'll show you guys just now, and it was a thicker red band. So it also played into my long there.
Nice. And then one last one here is this 𝗖𝗵. I think it's sleeping here. And it looks very bottomed out, to be honest. Drawing a fib from the high here to the low. Our sniper region is like right here. We have an order block. So this might actually be a safe entry with 𝗖𝗵. If we are at that support level with Bitcoin right now.
Okay. So are you looking for a long here?
Yes. I'm going to give you guys both longs and shorts, right? So if we get stopped out on whatever direction it goes, we're making profits on the other ones, right? So, yeah, nice risk to reward here.
Yeah, that's massive. It's massive.
I mean, you can see this big move that happened. Where is it? Right here. This big move right here. Just gonna copy and paste it. Wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. Another order block right here. So stop loss could be below this little wick right here, right? Which is pretty safe, I think. 2.96, 7x leverage. That's a 20% loss on whatever your position size is. So, but yeah, I think that's what I'm looking at. You know, the 𝗵𝘂 short. This is what I kind of redrew the line here, but you guys can see the trend line, the moving average, order blocks. I mean, there's just so much reasons to just kind of hold this short here. So,
yeah, there's no rush to close this thing.
No. This is kind of what I'm looking at here.
That might be the dream entry.
You also mentioned that you 𝗕𝗵 this morning.
Yeah. I was gonna let you take that, but I'm kind of seeing something like this. I'll let you kind of add on to what you're seeing there, but I just basically drew a fib from the low to the high, and we're reacting off the sniper zone region right now, and we have a trend line coming in and a heavy order block right here between 42 and 43.5-ish area. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some clarification on that entry there too, but it's kind of like what I have here for now, guys.
Lovely, thanks, Dave.
A
I
couple
see
things here.
Matt calls the sniper zone the zone of truth. I've just seen that comment now, Matt.
Cool.
The Zone of Truth, man. We got to make some shirts. I love this. All these
We
quotes
do,
and
we
stuff. Anyways,
Brandon says Dave is cooking. Nice.
thanks,
Bruce, book something up for us here, please.
Well, I shall do my best. Yeah, I'm looking at. I'll start with tier B. Take off where Dave left over. Do my chart up.
Yeah, I'm bringing up your screen.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, I was on room. No, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing
Bruce, I lost $700 of profit on Rune yesterday. I don't know why you think Rune is funny. It really hurt me yesterday.
just want to rub it in your face a little bit. I mean, you got to have some fun, don't we?
That was a deep burn. That was a deep
I
burn.
know. We all got caught with that one.
Okay, let's see what you got. This looks good.
Yeah, on tier B, I'm seeing the same thing Dave was talking about. The fact that, it's pretty straightforward. We thought that when we talked yesterday, we really thought that this level was going to hold. Right, came up and bounced, came up again, broke through this level, tested. We thought that was going to hold, but then the market did that thing, and all it did is bring it down to another solid support level. You can see that clearly interacted right there, it interacted strongly right there, and right here, and it's rejecting it right now. My hesitation with all of this is Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is also doing exactly the same thing. It's coming down, it's testing support, and it looks like it's rejecting it right now, which is good, but I'd be concerned that it's just going to muck around a little bit and possibly come to the lower level that Dave was talking about. So always keep your eye on Bitcoin. By the way, Ethereum is the same, before you jump into a long, because they'll react to it. But we're pretty much at that support level. Right over there for TRB. Tomo is, in my mind, smack in the middle of nowhere again. I'm looking at this. If you're looking for, you can see why I say that. Is that this range was a big range for a long time in Tomo's history. It cleanly broke through it. Right, this was resistance. Lost it. Finally broke through, and now it's seems to be kind of trying to find this range again. It wicked way up, but it's right in the middle, which is to me danger zone. Like I was thinking, gosh, should we go long over here yesterday? And look at that one wick right over there. So clearly there's a battle between whether we're going to head to the top first and look for shorts, or whether we're going to come back down here, retest this, which is my preference right now, and then go for a long. But either one will work out. But right now we just have to be patient with our friend Tomo. I am looking at Wild World. That way I got both names in there. For those of you that are into this
call
one.
it Wild. Anyone here knows what we're talking about.
Wow, that's right. So we were looking at an entrance yesterday, and things are going. Look at my other chart. Things are going great. It was up in a couple bucks profit, and then the whole market just took a dump, and I got stopped out just slightly below break even. But now once again,
very easy, hey. I was looking at my phone and it was green, and then did something.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it again and it was gone. It happened quite fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, literally, I was in front of the computer watching it, and it was looking pretty good. We're gonna go. There was discussion about whether to raise the stop to break even yet, or just below it a little bit, and so I moved it up a little bit, and then boom, that candle just the whole market took a dump. So sadly, that happens. But right now we're at
the start of the game. But I see you got another little setup there brewing for us.
Yeah, I mean it's looking actually pretty darn good. It's still just under the trend line. Actually, it's not. It broke over and retested it. Now that he's in a little bit, I find this to be a pretty compelling engine right about there. Right? Might come down just a little bit.
There we long WLD again.
Yeah. It looks good. The problem is that we get PTSD from when we do it. We take a token, we get a good setup, and we get burned, and we come back to it. We're sitting there going, I don't know. But we got to stick with the TA. We got to stick with the science. So science says this is sitting on the 382, almost to the penny. Broke the trend line. It's retesting it. It's on support. So if you want to follow the science,
let's see the stock on the 4 hour. What does the stock look like on the 4 hour?
The stock on the 4 hours says bottom dwelling and close divergence.
So the stock is bottoming out. Okay, so sometimes that 4 hour stock likes to hang around the bottom a little bit, so they give us two dumps. It's a bit, So, okay, so things are looking up. I'm going to apply some 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 stuff to this while you carry on with your next chart. I'm going to hit this with some 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀 while you go. There we go.
𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, it's right in the middle on the 4 hour. Between the two bands on the 1 hour, it is, in the middle of the two bands, so it's kind of nowhere. It hasn't printed a take profit on that last short. And let's see what else we got there. And it is on an order block. That's pretty hefty. You can see that. That's a pretty hefty order block that it is sitting off, bouncing off of right now. So kind of contradictory. But the order block says that there's a lot of orders right there. So, yeah.
Okay. If Simon is there in the comments, he's gonna take a look as well.
And you guys,
I know he sometimes likes to watch. Okay. Yes, and I'm looking at 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀 as well on the 1 hour, Bruce, and it's dipping into that cloud. We haven't seen any X's yet of short that is currently printing, so we're waiting. But guys, eyes on this WLD. Maybe a little sneaky lower, but I like that. I like that order block. Guys, there's a 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 link in the description. You can see how we go about our things, how we use it, time with what we're doing. If you're interested in this is a paid product. So there's a link there with a discount in the description that you can try. And I think the first 30 days are actually free. So give it a whirl if it works for you. My favorites are this cloud situation and the order blocks. That's really what I use. There is that oscillator that I showed you on 𝗬𝗎 as well that could give you a nice little guide, but I mainly use the order blocks and the clouds, and they seem to work for me for what I'm looking for.
And apparently, according to 𝗪, who's been lurking in the chat, they now have another AI indicator that's part of the package. So I'm curious to take a look at that.
And Matt's in the chat, and I know Matt's pretty good at 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 too. So he's obviously looked at that oscillator, and he says money is still flowing out of WLD. So Matt, thanks for that. So money flowing out. We're not ready to long it just yet. We want the money to be flowing in. We want to send that price higher. Okay, Matt, thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Matt. So the next one that's on my list is one I keep mentioning over and over again because it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. I'm looking at a longer term. Are we long? We talked about it first right here as a great entrance. Again, building a position. We mentioned that after it retested support right there and confirmed that this support would hold, that there would be another good entrance right there. And then we said when it breaks this trend line right there and the 50-day moving average, that on the retest of that'd be the third and best entrance. Guess what it's doing right now? It's right there, right on the 618, right at the retest. My only hesitation again is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin holds its support level, then I think this is going to be a great longer term entrance because we're looking for a pretty big bump from here. But this is the third entrance that we've been talking about for almost 2 weeks now. So just wanted to give you
an entry that tight also gives you a very tight stop as well.
Exactly.
You want to look, guys, as we've said before, I mean, a lot of the best entries are when you are feeling very uncomfortable and you're feeling like it's done and it's over. Those are sometimes the best entries we get. So, just bear that in mind. We're watching BTC. Well, I'm still watching BTC here while Bruce is talking. We might have a little dip here into this range. Dave, take a look at BTC as well on your 15 minutes there and just keep us posted. I think we might have dip lower, and maybe if they buy it up quickly, guys, that could give us a sign that we are in the bottom or at the bottom of that move. Val says she's still learning, but she's loving Lux Algo. Nick says WLD is world coin. Nick's in this house. WLD. We'll continue to call it wild.
You got to get out in the family joke. We're all in it together.
Okay, I've got a request from the audience here. The first one is Robert. Guys, we're going to just drop your charts that you're looking for. I'm going to start looking at these charts for you guys. Rolbert's a tricky one. I think it's a MetaMask token. So
Bitcoin's dumping right now. It's about to hit the point of control. 27150.
Here we go. So we could get ourselves a little opportunity here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, 0.3% away from that level. And we just finally pierced through the
We want to see the dip and then just quickly board up. And that should signify a little bit that the bottom has been reached. Let's see. Look at that.
Yep.
Okay, we'll keep watching this.
I'll keep an eye on it for you guys. Go ahead.
Guys, Rolbert. So Rolbert is pushing into a resistance area now. So I forgot the name who asked for Rolbert, but and then I see there's OP, ARC, VRA. We're going to look at OP as well. That looked interesting today. Rolbert, 8 hour. This is resistance, 50-day MA 382. So not the ideal area to be longing Rolbert now. Look at that pullback that it had yesterday. I mean, that was brutal. Let's see what it hit yesterday. 618. Just short of the 618 yesterday. So we had that pullback yesterday, the trend. But yeah, still a decent support area. So I would watch this zone as support. You can see why it makes sense over there. Resistance here. So a bullish move very easily could just come to trend and then make its way up. If we do pop higher, guys, you know the rules here. Let it pop up. Don't FOMO. Let it settle. Let's buy the support rather, then get that move going up. So just play it safe here. This is a rejection zone, so don't be surprised if it moves back to the trend for the next move. Okay, let's look at OP. That looked interesting today.
By the way, the stock markets are dumping right now.
Come to our zone. Let's just come to our zone, and then it can reverse. We'll allow it to reverse. Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at the Dixie. Still just hanging around. So we just want to see it. We just want to see it dip into this 4,200 down to, I suppose, anything down to about 4,150, and then maybe just get bored up there. Let's see. But if we lose that, guys, and things turn bearish, I mean, this is not a good look. Here's the 200-week MA. That could be a target. We might go sub 4 here on the S&P. So, yeah, eyes on that. That's not going to be pretty. Okay, back to OP. So this little ring here is an area of interest that I was looking at today. Bruce, funny enough, it looks like your AR week chart.
A lot of them look the same. Yeah.
So we got these trends converging here. Let's see what we have in line with fibs. We have the 618 a little bit lower down. So as far as OP goes, a bullish play. Let's so it was anywhere in this ring for me, but that's more of a spot situation. You want to be a little bit more accurate. You can see where we want to get this thing. Okay. That could be a nice little tight move on the 618. We've got 2 trends over there as well. So 1.325 depends on, guys. It depends on your leverage. Depends on how you're trading. You know, but this is a region. Look out. We have support here down to 1.3. So not too bad. Dave says he's feeling bearish. Dave, we always feel a little bit bearish when things are dumping onto support. It doesn't mean they can't dump, but you know, you generally you just have that feeling like this is not great, and then that's actually the time we look for longs, or we generally look for longs. There's also another trade, guys. It's called no trade. So if you're not comfortable, you don't have to be in a position. Being in cash is a position. So you don't feel that you need to be in a trade every day. You don't feel you need to be hunting for a trade every day. Remember, if you don't like these drops into these baskets, or you're not happy that it's coming the second time, you don't have to grab it the second time. Let it break a trend. Then you can buy that trend retest. There's lots of time. There's no urgency to be in a trade. There's trades all day long. There's tons of markets. There's loads of things to trade. So it's not like you're ever going to be short of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, I do have a GMX chart for you. Sam's requesting GMX.
Yep.
Okay, so Sam, let's take a look at GMX. I actually prepped one earlier for you guys. So this is the GMX 8 hour.
Yeah.
It's broken a major trend, and the retest is actually down here. Let me zoom out for you quickly. There was a trend here. Look at that. Okay. So GMX came out of nowhere, broke that trend, got very excited, and look what it rejected off, 786.
Yep.
Okay, 786 rejection. Now we are tracking horizontal support over here. Let's see what we get here. Remember, this trend is still a long way away. So this trend is running till Saturday, Friday even. So, you know, we could have a little bit of up, down till we get to trend, and then we need to figure out what happens there. So there might be time. And again, like I was saying earlier, if you don't want to be in a position and you don't want to just buy on supports and things like that, the other way is to just track the trend. So let's get some up, down. Let's see what happens. Bang your trend in there. And you can always trade that if that happens. And the bears, you know what to do. You're going to trade that. There's your resistance. So just give it time if you're not ready. But GMX dropping into a nice little area, 38. I don't mind that area. Devs wants to see Rune, what we can do. Rune. Oh, 𝗂𝘵, Louis, you read my mind. I prepped an 𝗂𝘵 chart for you guys as well. Look, it's right here.
Nice.
Bang. Okay. So I had this ready for you. Still watching this area. 𝗂𝘵's done pretty well. It's been performing really nicely. There's some big selling here. Let's monitor this. This is an area of interest for me. Okay, trend, supports, 382. Let's see how we go. Be interesting, you know, if we lose this trend and we get something like that, and that's not going to be a good look. Okay, so it's not really what we want. We want to see that, but we'll pull a trend in there. Once we get that bounce, we'll see where it rejects. Then we'll get a nice little trend going, and we can see if we get that break. So I'm talking about something like that. So let's see if it does bounce in this region. Let's see where it rejects. Let's see what we get. We can also do the same as GMX. Look for that. But there's some big selling here today. This is quite aggressive here. Let's look at some 𝗪𝑥 stuff on 𝗂𝘵. So I pulled up the 1 hour, and now I want to look at 𝗪𝑥. I'm going to look at the clouds. This is 1 hour into the clouds. Okay, we haven't printed an X yet, so you can see what's happened here. 𝗪𝑥 printed the short into the red cloud. It's centered down. We haven't seen an X yet, but we can see it's now dipping through this green cloud. So we know the selling has been pretty strong. Let's just get these settings correct. Okay, so it's in the zone. It is looking interesting to me. Let's look for order blocks. Order block, big red band. So yeah, I think balance of probabilities on 𝗪𝑥, and Matt in the chats there, correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like a potential bounce zone. Anything down to 64 could be a buy here for 𝗂𝘵. So I'm going to zoom back out, close the 𝗪𝑥. Okay, so remember, each time frame prints its own order blocks. I was looking at the 1 hour for that bounce. Okay, so what have I seen now in summary on 𝗂𝘵? Okay, so we've seen that it's falling into my regular stuff that I like. Trend, 382, horizontal stuff. Then we pulled out 𝗪𝑥 on the 1 hour. We see an order block with a big, thick red band, and it's dipping deep into that green cloud. So there's a lot going on here. Guys, if you see a comment from Matt, let us know. Shimmy must be quite cold. He's in the Antarctic. Is there internet there? That's incredible. That's good to see. Good to see the crowd. Carl wants theta. guys, grab some out the chats, Bruce and Dave. Let us know what you want to chart and what you want to share, whatever you're happy with. I'll crack on here. There was a Rune question. Rune is still hanging around here.
Yep. I've got Rune marked if you want, and Phantom.
It's here. So, Bruce, here's Rune in front of me here. It's
okay.
It's sitting on the 2 level. Oh, I'm salty about this Rune. I'm very salty about this Rune, guys. Okay, it was such a beautiful trade. Okay, so support, guys. 2 is support on Rune. If you like Rune, this is a buy. This is a buy. It's BTC. Okay, eyes on this. I don't like this BTC. It's the second 15-minute is red. Dave, update us there, please. But what I'm seeing on Rune, support. Okay, so possible trend in play. Okay, so you could get a long. Here's your deepest stop, 5.8. That's deep. Tighter stop, I'd say 1.25 to 1.6%, and then your target is going to be that high, potentially. Okay, so if you are bullish Rune and you believe BTC is going to hold here and start reversing, this is your Rune perfect entry.
Yep.
Call it 1.6% stop under that candle. Could get something going there.
And Phantom looks exactly the same too, by the way.
Okay, give us some Phantom. Matt says 𝗂𝘵 could be ready. I see Matt even talks like Simon, saying it could be ready. Okay, show us, Bruce. I'm pulling up your screen here.
Cool. Yeah, Phantom also, same thing. Popped through resistance. Met resistance right there. Came back and now testing support. Trend line, 382 and the 50-day moving average all right there. Again, this is really Bitcoin dependent. So if Bitcoin loses that level, then Phantom will likely lose that level too. But if Bitcoin manages to hold on, then this is a pretty good entrance right there. It's shown, like if you look at these previous candles, I'm not sure you can see them, but you'll see that, hang on, you'll see that every time price wicked down into that area, it rejected quickly. So you got that wick there, stayed above, and it's kind of starting to do it again. So it's showing that there's a lot of orders sitting in this area. So again, if Bitcoin holds steady, then this could be a potentially decent long. Probably would put my, let's see what we got right on that trend line. I want to get under there. So about a 1% stop under those wicks, 1.06%. And you're looking to pick up about 5% up to that local high. Not bad. Again, watch Bitcoin first.
Yeah, guys. So, I mean, what we have noticed here through a lot of these altcoins that we're looking at, these 4-hour stochastics have hit the bottom. But often we get that little double bottom on the 4 hours. So sometimes we think we're out of the woods. You get that first 4 hour turning up, you get excited, things pump, but then they come for you. And they come for that hard dip and they look for those wicks and they try and take you out, and then you get the actual reversal. So just keep that in mind while you're looking at these alts. Just remember that if you're buying it here and it bounces, that doesn't mean you're out of the woods. You could very easily come back and look again. And sometimes that's the trap they set for you, because they start coming and they start pushing just below the previous low, and then they send it back up. So keep your eyes on that. Also important, guys, keep your eyes on dominance in these situations. So when BTC is dumping like that, you want to see what this dominance is doing. Like we saw yesterday, and that I was trying to explain earlier, BTC did that initial dump and dominance went up. Then when BTC started bleeding again, dominance actually started dropping and these alts started stabilizing on these areas. And that's the type of thing you want to look for to give you a clue as to if there's going to be a reversal. Okay, guys, there's a couple more we can do here. Matic, I've got a Matic. If somebody wants me to do Matic, I'm happy. Jane, you know what? We've got a lot of XRP. Okay, Dave, give us Arbitrum, and then I'm going to sort Jane out with XRP. I saw yesterday we had so many people asking for XRP, and we didn't get around to it. So we're definitely going to do XRP. David, I'm adding your screen.
Okay. So, like I said, guys, I'm looking for Bitcoin to have some kind of SFP on the lower side there. Very simply, drew a fib from the bottom to the top here. And if we go to the hourly, this looks like a perfect sniper zone entry as a long entry right here. So I even set an alert right here at 0.8769, and that would, from where we are now, that's like a 3.5% move. And you can see here also that it's been ping-ponging between the 236 and the 382. Then it lost the 382, now kind of feeding into these order blocks. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, is feeding into these order blocks and then having some kind of bounce there. If that lines up with what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Because again, with Bitcoin right now, it's still coming down from what I'm seeing. And like I said, we're literally, you know, less than 1% to these levels here at the 27,150 and the 27. So keeping an eye on that. That's my 2 cents on Arbitrum.
Yeah, I see there's a lot of Dino coins coming through here. XRP is one of them. ETC is another one. So let's do it. Let's go back to the dark ages.
Yeah.
And pull out ultimate shit coins. Okay, let me pull up my XRP chart here. Okay, so this was a resistance band we identified previously. You can see what's going on here. There's a lot of MA action here, guys. For those of you that are new, that the yellow is the 200 week that I like to follow. The blue is the 200 day. And this red is the 50-day MA. I mean, this is a thick cluster of resistance here. Just absolute rejection vibes here for XRP right now. What's keeping the bulls alive? Well, we've got a trend happening. Let's look at some fibs here. I mean, XRP has basically been a stable coin for the last few days. In spite of all the other tokens moving, XRP didn't really do much. 618 is your best bet that I can see here. Look at this nice support band. There you go. Horizontals, 618. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not such a fan of trading XRP. It doesn't happen too often. I mean, you get these pump and dumps and all these things like that. I don't know. It's not my best. I prefer to look elsewhere. But in saying that, you know, I also missed that giant pump that Sheldon called on XRP a couple of months back, just because I don't really trade XRP that much. Look, the 618 0.496 area looks a little bit bouncy. Let's see what we have in line with some order blocks and things. Guys, for those of you that have just joined here, there's a 𝗪𝗓𝗋 link in the description. We use 𝗪𝗓𝗋 a lot of the time to tie in with our regular TA stuff, the horizontals, MAs, fibs, all these things we use. Sometimes we use 𝗪𝗓𝗋 as Confluence. They do order blocks, which we use as a guide, you know, to see if we're going to potentially get a bounce. They've also got these signals and overlays, or whatever it's called. And that can also give us an idea as to what's happening. So there is a link in the description if you are interested. Okay, so we've printed our first X. This is the 𝗪𝗓𝗋 on the 1 hour for XRP. We've printed an X. Let's just make sure these settings are tied in. I'm sure Matt's watching this closely. Matt, I hope I'm doing this right. You sound like you know your way around XRP, I mean, around these 𝗪𝗓𝗋 indicators. Okay, so we do have a X down here in the cloud. What I'm looking at here, it is telling me potentially more downside. I'd like to see another X. This was quite a strong short print, this red one with a plus. So yeah, potentially this area is still on the table for me, 0.496. Okay, let's go like properly to the dark ages here. ETC. Might need a crutch to try and do something here with this one. It's so old. Okay, ETC 1 hour. Okay, let's look at the 12 hour first. Let's try and get a picture here. Oh, I can see that. This looks like a break and support here. Okay, I'm going to pull a fib from here. Okay, well, you can see that's a banging area there, the 618 and the 50-day MA. So let's see where the 382 is sitting. Okay, so 382 zone has been lost. Okay, this looks very nice here. It's 50-day. 50-day MA, horizontals, 618. The 618 pull is from this low on the 26th of September. Let's look at trend. Nice little trend going up here. You can build a nice little picture as to what's happening. But yeah, a lot of these altcoins now look like they just need more time. They need to get to these trends. This is an interesting zone. It's kind of hanging around. Let's see. Order block much lower down on the 12-hour at 15. Let's zoom into the 1 hour. Okay, we got an order block down here. Looks like it's mainly green though in that zone though. It's the 50-day 618. There is an order block, 15.66, that sort of region. And we're dipping into the cloud. So yeah, this is Matt, tell me if you agree there, but this looks like something down here again. It's starting to look interesting down here. So I would wait a little bit. So you either want to see it reclaim this 382 zone, and then you want to look for something. So my suggestion here, this, you either want to see it reclaim this area as support, okay, and then start moving up, or just let it break down, wait for this zone. You could get a nice little bounce over here. So just watch this candle. Let's see how it goes here, because you can see this is a support area. There is something happening here. So see what happens. You can zoom in maybe 15 minutes. You can bang out a trend, see what's going on there, and you can also just play that break of trend. Okay, what else are you guys seeing in there? Dave and Bruce, not all at once.
Oh, didn't know you were talking about.
Let's see. Somebody's asking for veracity.
Yeah, I get veracity and Cosmos at any time you want to do it.
Hey, Dave, I'm going to pull up your screen.
And 𝗕𝗵𝘵.
And Seth says links at the 618 science level again. If it loses its science, it will go down. It probably does. We'll take a look at link. We'll take a look.
Yeah, I'm kind of on watch though on Bitcoin. If you want to pass it to Bruce there.
Sure.
Bruce, I'm pulling up your screen.
Okay, they're asking about veracity. To start with, nice pump after a lot of boring grass growing over here for a long time. Excuse me. And then there's just massive pump out of nowhere. I'm sure there was some news or something that correlated with it, and it seems to have come to this resistance level that was from way back. I had to hunt to find it, and it's solid rejecting off there consistently, but it's not showing signs of a short yet. So my guess is that I would personally wait for this thing to hang on a sec, to come up, really tag this clearly before start looking for a short. It still seems to be trying to push higher. The stochastic on the 4 hours is also still towards the bottom. So I think this is one just to be patient on. Atom, it looks like almost everything else we've looked at today. Basically all that pump that happened, retested, it's bouncing basically right off this trend line, right at the 618, right at the 50-day moving average. If you've heard this story 10 times this morning, it's because they're all kind of doing the same thing, but this actually looks pretty darn good, right? Right, entrance right about there. Again, this one's going to be very Bitcoin dependent. So if Bitcoin dumps, Atom is likely to dump with it. But if this holds, if Bitcoin holds, then I personally would wait for this to consolidate just a little bit more, maybe buck around a little bit there. But an entrance somewhere in this region with a stop just below it could be 1.4%. Might not be a bad long, again, assuming that Bitcoin behaves itself. So, but this is the same setup that we've done over and over and over again today. They're all kind of lining up together. And
we shorted 𝗪𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗪 here. Did you see this Gala chart?
I wish I did. Jesus.
No. Show it.
Too greedy with
You guys did it too
moving
early. We
average.
were waiting for higher.
Yeah, we're waiting for higher.
Let's stay in the chats here. Who shorted it? Who shorted it already? We need to know.
I better look. Well,
God.
Pull that Gala up, Bruce.
you got it. Oh dear. Oh yeah.
I should have built into it.
Yeah, someone right there.
Mr. Wolf is up 72% in Gala, but it might be a little bit less now. It's coming. They're coming for you now. So look, you want to see them hold the support, guys. You want that Gala support to hold at around 0.0155. That's your bounce zone. You can see it on Bruce's chart.
Yeah, the 382.
Yeah, your alarms are set. Yeah. Okay, so that's your support that you want to hold, guys. So if you are still long, you want to bounce there, you lose that. You're looking for a little bit of downside.
Totally.
Seth said it didn't even get into resistance. Yeah, we were waiting for a bigger push up there, Seth.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Bruce, what else are you looking at?
Hold on, Gala. Remember to I want Gala in my world. I want to look at that more later. So hold on 1 second. Just make a reminder for myself. Thank you. Okay. The other one was 𝗪𝗏. People asked for 𝗪𝗏. Same as the other stuff. 50-day moving average, bouncing off of support. Again, pretty clean. 𝗪𝗏 does not listen to Bitcoin much, so you don't have to worry about the Bitcoin chart on this one as much as the other stuff. But it looks. Let me zoom in just a bit. I'm on the 4-hour. I would let this drip a little bit more down into this area, kind of see if it can reclaim somewhere around that wick right there. But I would start looking to set up along somewhere down around that area. This one's been really good to us, so I'll keep an eye on that. It's not quite there yet. I'll put an alarm just a little bit lower there, and that'll deal. If you're on Discord and you're getting the alarms, you'll get an 𝗪𝗏 alarm when this is getting right.
Guys, remember, Banter Discord. We are all dumping our charts in there. You need to be in the sniper zone, the sniper section, sniper setups. You're going to see our charts. We're setting alarms for you in the Banter Discord. So when we hit these key areas that you see, you should get an alarm to tell you, hey, wake up, check your charts, go look, see what's happening. So we're doing a lot of work there for you guys all the time. Every day we're updating charts. So if you're not on the Banter Discord, you're missing out on some action there, guys. You're getting these coins that you might not even be watching. You're going to get pinged now, saying that it's in a good zone, and then you can make calls, whether you want to be short, long, that sort of stuff. And Bruce and Dave obviously post their own stuff. We've also got Lux Algo indicator stuff in there. So there's a lot happening. I've got Doge here, guys. Let me pull up Doge.
Yeah, please.
Jovan says, watch out for FTM. Okay, we're going to look at FTM. That's a good one.
Yeah, same thing. Great setup. Almost there.
Okay, so Doge, in summary, support areas to watch. 0.595. Okay, big area there. Let's look at this trend. Let's see what ties in with this trend and these fibs. Okay, we're on a 618 bounce here currently. Okay, this is a small pull. This is a 4-hour. I pulled from 26th of September. Okay, so look for that. That's a potential support zone. So BTC bounces now. Just a reminder, if BTC bounces here off this support that we're watching, yes, there was a potential long there. Doge should hold here and should bounce. And again, guys, these other alts now, that was the bottom of the move. These alts are going to start moving up now, especially the ones that are heavily correlated, like 𝗏𝗡, 𝗵𝗏𝗃, Solana, those type of things. Okay, so Doge, just summary. 0.6128 is the current 618 support zone to watch. So we don't want to see it wick much lower than this wick here, 0.60, 0.61. Watch this for support. Then if we start moving up, guys, you want to look at BTC and see where BTC is based on when Doge is up here at 382. Yeah. So if Doge gets to 6232, you want to go and you want to look and see where BTC is. You might find BTC is sitting in this region over here at some kind of resistance area. So maybe BTC does that and then rejects. So you're going to see something like that with Doge. You can see the push up and rejection. So just again, tie it into BTC, watch them together. You know how they like to settle together on supports and things like that. They reject together on these areas as well. So you need to just get BTC into your game as well when you are looking at entries. Mohammed wants LPT. Mohammed, let's do it. Dave and Bruce, what else are you looking at there? Just let me know when you want to jump in.
I got Phantom set, and whatever else people want.
Okay, so Bruce, give us Phantom after I do this LPT.
Yeah.
Let's see what works. Okay, old chart. Let's wipe this chart. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so massive support band around the 200-day MA. Look at that. That's a big area. Let's see what 𝗏𝗏 says. 𝗏𝗏 agrees. There's an order block down there. Okay, so that's our first sort of bounce zone that we know. If we go deep, that's an area we're looking for a bigger bounce. Right now, 618 just hanging on. It's not tying in very well with some of these horizontals. It's okay. It's not great. Okay, it's not my best. It's not my best look. Okay, so yeah, let's see. This was a resistance zone. Okay, there was resistance here. You can see it rejected, came down, bang, back through. Is this a retest of old resistance as support? You're going to have to decide if you think it's got the energy. I don't know much about LPT. I don't know how it ties in with BTC. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know much. I don't track it at all with BTC. So I have less conviction when it's sitting on a fib and BTC is on support to say, hey, I know this thing moves with BTC. So just be careful here. This is a support zone though. So if you are bullish on LPT, it could be worth a look. Okay, comp and perp, we can look at Tasman, no problem. Bruce is going to do Phantom for us quickly. Bruce, I'm adding your chart here.
Yeah, I can do IMX.
Cool.
Nice.
The same story we've said 10 times today. Major pump, break the resistance, support, resistance right there. Come back and retest it, break and retest, SR flip, whatever you want to call it, on the trend line, just at the 382 50-day moving average, kind of rinse and repeat. Nice, it's getting nice rejection on this current 4-hour candle. So I'm hoping that correlates to what Bitcoin is also doing. Dave, is Bitcoin rejecting properly? Or is it?
It is kind of floating around. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a small little recovery bounce, but it's nothing significant.
nothing significant.
well,
Okay, well, anyway, that's what this looks like here too. But assuming if you believe Bitcoin is going to hold, great entrance for long right there. If you are concerned about Bitcoin, this Phantom will follow it, then just hold off and be patient. If he entered now, I'd be looking at about a 1.5% stop just below those wicks. And that's it for Phantom.
Nice one, Bruce.
Okay.
Hey, Dave, you want to give us? I'm just prepping some charts here for the crowd. Yeah, Dave, I'm pulling up your screen.
Okay. Okay, so IMX. So two different fib levels here. From the breakout to the high, you could see that it reacted off the 786. We also have a new potential trend line forming here with 3 touches. Also lines up with a order block right here. So if this is truly the bottom of IMX, I took another fib from the high to the low, and it gives us this sniper zone region here. So this is where I would like to see if there is a bounce here and Bitcoin holds, this is a take profit area. You also have a order block right here, which could be like take profit 2 or take profit 1. So resistance, and then this would be probably take profit 2. So looks like a good entry if Bitcoin holds. If we look at
I think we need to call it. We need, yeah. What do you think? I can't enter any more trades because I'm already in DYDX. I'm in Matic. I don't want to add too much. I did like that rune. You know, this BTC, we got to watch it closely, but you know, that might have been the final move. That might have been that double bottom. Do you have that BTC in front of you?
So what do you think? IMX? You like it?
I like IMX. I like, guys, I like a lot of these alts right here, right
now. Me too.
There's a lot. I'm looking at theta here for somebody in the audience. It's also sitting in a nice zone. Comp.
Right at the 618. Yeah.
15 comp testing support. On the 200-day MA. Destiny Day. Let's do CAS. We have to do CAS. I'm definitely doing CAS. Okay, so I've got comp theta lined up here. I'll pull up CAS as well.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to take the IMX long then. Let's go.
Okay, guys. IMX. SRM. Do we still trade SRM? Wasn't that an old like Solana FTX type token?
It was Solana. It was a Solana DEX, and it's still alive.
Okay, I'm pulling up Casper. Okay, Dave is firing up his IMX. Okay, guys, Casper. I've been watching this one all day. It is at resistance. I mentioned earlier when I pinged you guys on that Banter Discord saying I was watching CAS and I was watching Ghana at resistance. And again, CAS, same story. We might get a squeeze up here with CAS, and this could be very similar to Rune because we know that there's a ton of stop losses above these areas for people that shorted this thing. So look out. I mean, they clean the guys out over here. You can see that. So you'll know there'll be stops sitting up here. So if this thing blows through, let's see what goes on with CAS. CAS can burn you both ways. As you've seen, I went long, I've been short. It was looking bearish. I shorted it. It was looking bullish. I longed it. And, you know, CAS got the better of me. So I tend to stay away from CAS. But this thing can move, guys. And if it starts pushing all-time highs and things like that, you need to pay attention. Support for CAS. 382 trend and horizontal. So pullbacks onto 0049. That could be a nice bounce zone. Okay, and then this resistance band up here, you want to keep your eyes on. There is an alarm on the Discord, guys. I haven't left you high and dry. There's an alarm here. There's an alarm down here for the pullback, and there's an alarm for a deeper pullback. So right now, CAS is at resistance, looking for the next move. So if you do get an opportunity to get that little wick down, maybe it's a good one. Maybe you get that. Otherwise, guys, let's actually zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let me show you. Okay, let me get a clean CAS chart. Okay, this is CAS 1 hour. We want to look for, you know, flags. We want to look for trend breaks on these lower time frames to try and guide you as to if you're ready to enter something. So after we get that initial move of these coins, where we get these beautiful like baskets that they drop into, where we get those first banger entries, then you get these flags when things turn bullish, and then you need to trade slightly differently. You need to trade these flags, you need to trade these breakouts and things like that. So then you really start looking for these trend breaks on lower time frames. So this is a 1 hour on this CAS flag that I've just highlighted, and you can see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what fib this hit here. This went deep though. This went very deep. Okay, 786. So this was tight. So on the 1 hour, guys, if you're looking for CAS support and you're bullish on this flag, you're bullish on CAS, well, here we've got a break and we've got a retest of trend. Okay, so we had that break, very vicious break, big rejection here. Look at those highs. Hit back 786 and trend, and then your support here to watch on the 1 hour is 0.0493. So this could potentially be an area. This could be your support to watch. But again, guys, the banger entries come when you're zoomed out and you're looking at things like this. These are your big entries. These moves down here, 0.0486. Those are the type of moves you really want to maximize things for you. Okay, here's theta. Somebody was asking about theta. 618. Okay, 618 vibe there. Trend is intact so far. So guys, again, you know, these are good areas for these altcoins. They've had a massive sell-off. They are good potential bounce zones. I'm not against longs from these areas. Again, eyes on BTC. I think once BTC breaks this trend, then we could be on. Okay, then we could be on. So there was a fake out earlier today. Probably got trapped some longs up there. Then they came and smashed them. But let's see how this plays out here, guys. But I'm liking this. We see this a lot on these alts, guys, and BTC. They come for these double bottoms. This is the 15-minute, and again, you know, we lose this area, we start looking lower. We start looking at this region, which is around about that 618 fib that I was telling you about on that bigger picture chart. Here it is here. So just a reminder, if we lose that area, this is where we're looking. And if you zoom out, it actually doesn't look unreasonable. It would make perfect sense actually for BTC to come and visit this trend at 618. Okay, let's look at comp, break, and retest. Look at this 200-day MA right here. Okay, this is very interesting, guys. These are very interesting areas. Let's just make this thicker. Okay, so yeah, that's an interesting area for comp. If we lose it, you know, we're going down. We're going deeper. So let's look here. Let's pull this fib over here. Okay, these are your zones that you can look for, potential wicks, things like that. But I love that support buy. Unfortunately, we don't have a fib tying in, but we do have the 200-day MA. Then you got this lighter area here. There is a little bit of action there. And then you've got the 786. But I like this. I like this guy down here. Okay, so there's a lot of areas here for comp. Actually, there's no like very clear areas, but I do like 200-day MA and horizontal. This is the 8-hour chart. So you know, this old resistance, we're looking for this old resistance here now to hold a support. And you can see that they fools are fighting here. They're trying to buy this thing. They're trying to keep it above this 200-day MA. So let's see how that guy plays out. Louis, we did do 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 rejected. We were saying 𝗏𝗏 was at resistance.
Yeah, we were trying to be a little bit more picky on the entry, but might have missed it.
Yeah. Okay, and then guys, we're going to do render. Oh, gold update, guys. I must update you on this gold. Let's look at the 𝗕𝗂𝗃. 𝗕𝗃𝗃 still pushing. So remember, guys, the 𝗕𝗃𝗃 pumping. Even though this 𝗕𝗃𝗃 is at major resistance, doesn't mean it's not going to just break through. So we've got to keep our eyes on this. It is looking tired though. The RSI, you know, it's printed a lower high, but the price of the 𝗕𝗃𝗃 has gone higher. So it is looking a little bit tired. So I'm looking for it to roll over. Might have one more push, maybe to this region over here. Okay, to 107.9 could be an area where it rejects. But right now, I'm still watching this 𝗕𝗃𝗃 here, and that must tie in with this gold. I mean, look how this gold is bouncing with this 200-week MA right now. This is an area we've been watching for a very long time, and we're finally here. So maybe we're going to get our moment now where we get our little double bottom here on gold, maybe a little wick lower, and then we get that nice recovery bounce. So the minute that 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃 starts falling over, they should come in aggressively on gold. And then another point on gold. This RSI is very oversold. So eyes on this RSI, maybe another double bottom there. Let's see what plays out. But we're in a hot zone now for gold. So yeah, keep your alarms on gold. It could be a hot one coming. Okay, Gordon, render, and then we're going to bounce. Render. So render was great today. Look at this move it gave us. So we were talking about this earlier. So render was one of these alts that dropped into this basket when BTC fell over yesterday. It was just absolute perfection. I mean, look how it comes down to this 382. Just absolutely perfect. Look at that little bounce. Look at scalper's paradise, really. I mean, look at that 6.5% move on render yesterday, just buying that 382 retest on support. Horizontal support, 382. So that was awesome. Again, guys, support here for render 1.675. That's your support zone. We were saying yesterday, let's look for a flag. Let's see what we get here. Play the up-down game, and let's see how we go. So again, this move is still intact for render. There's no changes here right now. Yeah, this 1.675 region is an area we want to hold on any moves, and then your resistance is the 1.8 area.
Yep.
It's nice.
Guys, okay, so we're going to wrap this up. I'm just looking for the exit screen. So summary on BTC, guys, one more time. Potential double bottom has formed now on BTC. That could be the move. It wasn't ideal. We wanted something a little bit harder, maybe a little bit lower, and then bought up quickly. They bought it up slowly. So if you are long altcoins now off these hot areas, expect that they might push you up a little bit, sense of security, and then they're going to come down one more time, and that might be a test for you guys. That might be a trap. So watch out for that one. Eyes on this BTC. Any more comments from you guys, Dave?
Yeah, if you want to just pass the screen to me real quick, that way I can kind of explain to people what you're saying, and we'll close it out. So, Keltner channel, we just pierced below. This might have been the bottom where we start to climb up here. However, if it's not, you might see a wick down into this green box, and then a failure at the point of control, and then we see the reclaim. Those are the two scenarios I'm seeing. So have an alert set right here as we close, 27,155. Wait for the reaction. That's probably where you'll add to your longs if you are in a long. And that's probably where you'll close some shorts if you are in a short. So
yeah, and remember, when BTC now breaks those lows, it starts dipping down. Look at dominance. If dominance starts dropping, you know that these alts are trying to hold these areas, and then your reversal might be coming. So eyes on that dominance as well. Okay, guys, we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks, it was great. Dave, so much fun always, guys. We love these charts, man. It's the absolute best.
Thank you so much. It was great.
See you later.
Later,
Ciao,
guys.
ciao. Stay safe, everybody.